All right, now, welcome back to the channel. It's your man, Wise, and you got to check this out right here. Batya Ungar-Sargon, a young leftist journalist, joins Bill Maher's show and does the impossible. She leaves him speechless. Maher smugly assumes that she regrets voting for Trump, but her response, it flips the entire conversation on its head. Stick around because you do not want to miss this. Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on, click that all. If you want to go the extra mile and support the channel, join the ARP family, or you could buy your man a coffee. Link in the description box below.
I've known you for a while, and when I first read you, you were a conservative Republican, but not crazy. Like I read you in where? Newsweek, Time Magazine? And I'm not saying you're crazy now.
I was going to say.
But you went from just a conservative, leaning right, to a Trump supporter. Okay, someplace I would never go. And
I mean, the night is young, Bill.
it is not ever going to be that young. And I'm just wondering what you think now. We're approaching 2 months in. I mean, you must have a feeling in your gut. Look me in the eye and tell me you don't. That this is really going badly, and I shouldn't have thrown my lot in with this team.
Oh, no, I feel the opposite.
All right. Tell me why.
I'm so sorry, Bill.
No, tell me why.
No, I feel so proud of, I mean, I was never a Republican or a conservative. I was a leftist, and I am still a leftist. I'm just a MAGA leftist now because...
That makes no sense.
In the comment section, have you ever heard someone use the term MAGA leftist? Sorry to stop the clip, but I had to ask that question.
Well, would you like me to explain?
Please do, yes, please.
When I look at what President Trump ran on and the agenda that he's enacting right now, he took a Republican Party that was built on social conservatism, foreign interventions and wars, and free trade and free markets. And he basically took an axe to all of those. During the campaign, he said, look, I mean, he's pretty pro-gay. That's pretty obvious. He appointed the highest-ranking out gay person, Scott Bessent, our Secretary of Treasury, which is incredible. And he sidelined the pro-life wing of his party.
He has changed the party, for sure.
Okay, so he believes abortion should be legal for 12 weeks.
But free trade, you mentioned.
On foreign intervention, he's anti-war. He's trying to bring to an end to all of these wars, okay?
By surrendering, but yes.
Okay.
How do you surrender a war that you're not a part of? How? How do you surrender a war that you're not a part of? These people are ridiculous, man.
One way to end the war.
Well, you know, he's on the other side of another party that is quite pro-war and wants to keep the war going, right?
So let me just get
to the third point. And the third point is, and he's not free trade. He does not believe in free trade. He looked at our destroyed manufacturing base. He looked at the downwardly mobile working class. He looked at the fact that working class Americans can no longer afford the American dream. And he looked at why that was, which was there was a handshake agreement between both parties that we should somehow have free trade, which resulted in shipping 5 million good manufacturing jobs overseas to build up China and Mexico.
And some came here.
No, what they did was they brought in millions and millions of illegal migrants to compete with the jobs that remained here. And what Donald Trump said was, we have to stop selling out the working class. That agenda that he laid out, socially moderate, anti-war, and anti-free trade protectionist, that is a leftist
Sam, I will bring you in, I swear to God.
Now, I'll say this. She's got a point. I hadn't thought about it in the way that she broke it down, but she does have a point. And the MAGA leftists, you also think about, you know, Tulsi Gabbard, you think about RFK Jr. and so many others that have decided to defect from the traditional left or the traditional Democrat Party because they've just gotten and gone so far crazy and so far, you know, just out of pocket that any sane person can't just support what they believe in. So she may be onto something with this MAGA left. I've never heard that before, though. But check this next clip out.
I want to answer the question about manufacturing in the 70s.
Oh, I don't blame you. I'll go back to that,
So the reason people want to go back to the 70s is in the 70s, the largest share of our GDP was in the middle class. And that was not separate from the fact that 25% of our economy was in
Right,
manufacturing.
the largest share of our GDP.
Was in the middle class, the
Meaning
biggest chunk, the middle class,
most
people
of
who were
what was
middle
produced
income.
came from the middle, and now it
Yes.
comes from what? The rich.
Now, the top 20% controls over 50% of the GDP. Our economy was an upward funnel of wealth, and the largest share, which used to be in manufacturing, which gave a lot of working class people a middle class standard of living, now the largest share is in real estate and finance, meaning that asset-rich Americans are controlling over 50% of the GDP, and they have left the working class out of all of that prosperity that was generated. That manufacturing is still being done. It's just being done in other countries. It is still
For wages we will not work for.
That's exactly right. You're right, Bill. That's what the tariffs are for. They are to make American workers more competitive in the global market. Why are we
Right.
accepting that there
No,
should be a
that's-
race to the bottom? You know, China, what is its competitive advantage over us? It's that it pays slave wages. Why should we accept that? They're still manufacturing our PPE, our pharmaceuticals, our cars. They're making all that stuff. Trump says there are 5 industries that we cannot have any kind of national security without having a stake in them. Pharmaceuticals, lumber, steel, aluminum, and I forget what the 5th one was. But these are really important, that we have a stake in the manufacturing of the things that we need as a nation, so that when China decides that it wants to go to war against us, we're not relying on them for steel and aluminum in order to fight them.
Okay, well, at least that's an answer.
She gave a good answer. And I don't disagree with anything that she said. What happens when you have a country that doesn't produce anything, that is almost 80% dependent upon another country, and when they decide to cut us off and attack us, we're in trouble? That's what made us so great around, World War II, is the fact that we manufactured a lot right here at home, all throughout and obviously, throughout the mid 1900s. That's what made us so great, and we got away from it. And she mentioned it, both sides sold us out. The left and the right, the conservatives and the liberals, sold this country out for $1. And we got to get it back. We got to bring it back. I want to hear from you guys and what you guys think about this in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on. Click that all so you never miss an upload. I appreciate the support, man. Join the ARP family or buy your man a coffee if you want to go the extra mile. That link's in the description box below. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp.